Hi guys, happy new year and welcome back to my channel. My name is Okemute. If it's your first time seeing this face, hello, thank you so much for joining the family. In today's video, we're going to be starting off really easy this year. We're going to be doing a makeup tutorial, so I'm just going to head right into it. Face is already washed, already moisturized and all of that good stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and refresh that with my Garnier rose water, and I'm just going to spritz this all over my face. So now that is done, I'm going to give that a moment to settle in. Then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Power Grade Primer, and I'm just going to be applying this on my T-zones. Those are the places I like to concentrate on when it comes to my primer. I'm going in with a flat brush, and I'm just going to be applying this on the places that I tend to get oily. Now that we're done with that, I'm going to be moving on to foundation, and for my foundation today, I'm using my Maybelline Superstay in the shade Deep Bronze and Java. Typically, I just use Deep Bronze because that's like my perfect shade, but I feel like today I want to match my foundation to my neck. If you look closely, my neck is a bit darker than my face, like the middle part of my face and my chest as well. But I feel like if I match it to my neck and the outer corner and then going with my concealer, you know, it'll be like a sweet blend. So we're just going to be doing that. I'll probably go in with 2 pumps of Deep Bronze and a tiny little bit of Java. So foundation is in, and yeah, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit too dark though, but I feel like it also matches my neck perfectly, so we're just going to hope that this turns out good. I'm going in with my beauty sponge, and I'm just going to use this to also make sure that everything is blended in really nice. Moving on to concealer, I'm going in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I have this one in the shade Mocha. And I've been feeling the bright eye under look lately, maybe because I've been watching lots and lots of TikTok videos and I've been loving it. So we're going to be doing that as well. I'm going in with a flat brush, and I'm just going to be using this to apply the concealer on the places that I want it to be. I'm going to leave that to dry down a little bit, and while we're doing that, I'm going to go in with my Black Opal foundation stick. I'm using the shade Ebony Brown, and I'm just going to be using this to bronze, or I would say contour, because this shade is a little bit dark, so I like to use it to contour. Now we're moving on to blush, and for that I'm going in with a NYX Sweet Cheeks in the shade Bombshell, and the other one is Baby Doll. I like to blend my blush on the apple of my cheeks and then take it upwards like this. As much as you want to leave your concealer to dry down before you blend it out, you don't want it to dry down too much because then it becomes harder to blend. I think I already left mine to dry down too much, but it's okay. We're going to work around it. So now that that is blended in, I'm going in with a lighter shade, and this one is also from Too Faced, and I have this one in the shade Butterscotch. I'm just going to be putting that in this area right here. As I told you guys, I'm going for a bright eye under look today, and this one is a bit lighter than the first one that we used, so I'm not going to be using so much of it, just a little bit. So I'm going on to add a bit more blush because while blending, I feel like I've taken out some of the blush. And as you already know me, when it comes to my blushes, I'm extra. So we're going to be bringing that back. As you guys can see, there's a line of demarcation right here. We can see like a hash line between the blush and the highlight. So I'm just going to, this one looks okay, but this one is a little bit obvious. So I'm just going back to blend that in. I'm going to go back and forth with my brush and the beauty sponge. This is the brush that I used to apply the blush, by the way. So now we're moving on to set the highlighted areas, and for that I'm going to be using my Hudabeauty setting powder. I'm going to be using this puff that I got off Shein. I'll be using it to apply the powder. I'll go in a little bit, then tap off the excess at the back of my hand like this, because you don't want too much at first when you're setting your under eyes. So I'm taking out the excess product, and I'll go back in with my beauty blender just because I normally have like creasing under my eyes. As you guys can already see, I don't know if you can see that. So you don't want to set that without blending out first. So I like to go in first with my beauty sponge, and then I look up, go in with a twist and roll technique to smoothing out the creasing. And once I see that that is smoothing, then we can no longer see creasing. Then I go in with this sponge and just with a very light hand, just tapping the powder. You want to be very gentle and light-handed. So I'm bringing what I have left on the puff in this area as well. And now we're going to go back into the powder because we're going to be moving on to the second eye. Rub off the excess on the back of my hand, go back in with the beauty sponge, and with the twist and roll technique, take out the creasing as well. So for this part, you want to keep looking up because the more you look down, the more you'll be causing it to crease. So you look up, then go in. Moving on to bronzer, I'll be using my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. Using the same bronzer to contour my nose as well. Let's go ahead and set the blush. For that, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. blush palette. I'll be using these two shades today. Now we're going to be doing some reverse contour action. I'm going to be blending that out immediately because the longer you leave this one, the harder it is to blend, and then you'll be able to see the hash lines. I'll go ahead and dust that off with a powder, and I'm using this powder palette. I think it's from V Beauty. Moving on, I'm going to be applying the same setting powder that we used, the Kunafa setting powder from Hudabeauty, and I'm just going to be using that to bake a little bit now. I also use that to define the edges of my nose, and everything is looking good, and we're still going for the bright eye under eye look. So I'm going to be going big or going home today. I hope this doesn't turn out bad, because so I'm using another shade of the Hudabeauty setting powder. I have this one in the shade Banana Bread. I'm going to be going with just a tiny little bit of this. For that one, I'll take a little bit just of the excess at the back of my hand and then focus it just in front right here. So not too much of that, just in front right there. Alright, so now that all of that is done, we're moving on to brows, and for that I'm going in with my Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Black Brown. Nothing has changed with my brow routine, you guys. I still do the same thing I've been doing for years. We're pretty much done with filling in the brows. Now I'm going in with my Elegant concealer in the shade Toast. This shade is just a perfect shade for me. I don't like my brows looking overly highlighted, so I like to go in with a concealer that's almost close to my skin tone, and this one is just perfect. So brows are done, and now we're moving on to the eyes. For the eyes, we're not going to be doing anything serious. I'm just going to be applying the concealer because I have some left over. I'll be applying that all over my lid. I didn't realize I wasn't recording. I'm not sure if what I said or what I did earlier recorded. Anywho, I said that I just went on to apply my concealer all over my lid. I used the same concealer that I used to clean up my brows. I applied that all over my lid. Then I went in with the same setting powder that I used as well just to set that. And now I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I'm just going to be applying that all over my crease, just because today I feel like I'm going for a very soft glam. As you guys already know me, soft glam is like my fave, and if you don't know me, soft glam on this channel is always and will always be a look. But I just feel like I want to, you know, land softly with this makeup this year, so I'm going to be doing a very, you know, little to no eyeshadow look. So going in with the same bronzer, I'm applying that into this area right here, and then bringing it down into my crease, just blending that out till it shows up as much as I want it to. So this is what we have, and I feel like I want to darken the crease a little bit more, and I'm too lazy to go pick my eyeshadow palette or to go look for eyeshadow palettes, so I'm going to be using the same powder palettes that we used earlier. I'll be going in with this shade. Let's see if that will show up as dark as I want it to. If it doesn't show up, then I'll go back in with the other shade. You see, this is why I love makeup. One thing can do multiple things. Because they say it's a powder, doesn't mean you can't use it as an eyeshadow. This is just looking perfect. So I'm going back in with another blending brush, and I'm just going to use that to blend out the edges, to bring back that bronzer shade that we had going on, just a little bit of that. So that looks good enough for me. I'm just going to go ahead and apply the same shade that I used as my face powder shade today. I'm going to be using this one, and I'll be applying that on my lid. I'm just going back in with the same blending brush that we used with the darker shade, and I'm just using that to blend the edges in so we do not see no harsh lines. And that's it for the eyeshadow, you guys. That's pretty much it. I think I forgot something. I was going to go in with another brush and the same setting powder, and I'm just going to go back in and use a little bit of that on the brow bone. Alright you guys, so this is what we have right now. I went ahead to line with my Kiki Milano gel liner, and I also applied my lashes from AliExpress. I'm going to have this linked in the description box. So now I'm going to go ahead and sweep off the excess powder that we have under the eyes, and I'm just going to be doing that really softly. Just one sweep and we call it a day. So just like that. Now I'm going in with the powder puff, and I'm going to blend the remaining powder in. And now I'm going in with the powder palette and the same shade that I used all over my face. Tap on the excess. I'm going to blend in my smile lines. I'm also using that to blend in the highlight and the bronzer around my nose. Like I'm taking that over the bronzer and the highlight just to make sure that we do not see no harsh lines, no lines of demarcation. So going in with the powder brush again, I'm just using that to set everything and make sure that everything is well blended in. I'm going to go in with a shade that is close to the shade of the setting powder that we used to set the highlight. I'm going to be using that to blend in the highlight so it doesn't look too harsh. So this is what we have right now. I'm just going to leave that as it is. For now, I'm going in with my black eye pencil, and this one I just got from the beauty supply store. I think it's from Absolute New York. This is their waterproof gel liner. I have this one in black, and I'll just be using it to line my eyes. I'll be using the same black liner to smudge out that under eye because I feel like I'm in the mood for that today. And this liner though, really black. I would never have thought that I'll find a very nice black liner at the beauty supply store. You guys, shout out to my friend Cece for plugging me to beauty supply store liners. Like I'd never have thought. So to smudge that out more, I'm going to be using this Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I'm going to be using that black shade right there. I'll be using that to furthermore intensify the black that we have going on there. Now we're going to blend that out with the Fenty beauty bronzer and the blending brush that we used. We'll just use that to blend out the edges. We're pretty much done with the eyes. Now I'm moving on to lips, and for that I'm going to be lining with my all-time fave, my Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Protector. For lipstick, I'm using the Juvia's Place lipstick in the shade in Vogue. Alright you guys, so lips are done, and this is what we have. And if you know me, if you're not a newbie on this channel, you know that glossy lips is the must. But for some reason today, I think I like this look that we have going on. I might still gloss it for pictures, but for now I'm going to leave it like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly finish off the look. everything is pretty much done, but I like to intensify my blush just a little bit. I know it's extra already, but I'm extra. I love blushes, so I'm just going to be going in with these 2 shades. I think these were the 2 shades we used before. These 2, I can't even remember, but anyway, I'm just going to furthermore intensify that just a little bit more, nothing too crazy. And now, you guys, guess who is going to be trying out a highlighter on her cheekbones again? I can't remember the last time I did this, but I've been seeing them TikTok girlies using the powder highlighters on their cheekbone, and I don't usually do that. I just use the liquid one that I showed you guys from the beginning and call it a day. But I've been loving, you know, the look of it, and it's a new year. I'm just going to be trying new things. So I'm going in with my Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter, and I have this one in the shade 100, and I'm just going to use a tiny weeny little bit of this just on my cheekbones. Ooh, that looks good. I'll be going in with my ELF. I think this is called a multi-stick, but I usually use it as a blush. It's from ELF, and I have this one in the shade Glistening Peach. So I'm going to be going in with my beauty sponge, and this is still damp. I'm going to go in with that and just tap that on there, and we'll go ahead and apply that on the cheeks. This has like a bit of shimmers to it as well. Ooh, this side is on fire. That's a lot. I wasn't going for that extra, but it looks good though. All right, you guys, so this is what we have, and I already brought back my beauty marks. I think I showed you guys that. I typically just do these 3. For some reason today I was feeling a bit extra and brought back this 4th one, and I don't know how I feel about it yet, but it is what it is. We've already done it. So moving on, I'm going to be applying my setting spray. And if you guys remember, at some point I stopped using setting sprays because I didn't see a point to them. I felt like my makeup looked good regardless, but I went back to using a setting spray. You guys, I found this one that I really like. Is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's their airbrush flawless setting spray, and I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and spritz this all over my face. And lastly, I'm going to go in. I don't actually need to go in with this because I'm not going anywhere with this makeup, so there's no reason for me to go in with it, but I wanted to share it with you guys. This is another product that I've been loving lately. It's from So Pro. It's the Silhouette, I think it's called the Silhouette Waterproof Makeup Locking Mist. Absolutely love it. After I'm done with my setting spray, I usually go in with this one, and it just helps my makeup, you know, last and stay snatched and all of that throughout the day. So I absolutely love it. I'm not going to be using it because I don't need to. Like I said, I'm going to be washing off my makeup immediately I'm done. I'm filming, I think time's around 2 or 1 right now, and there's no point, you know, spraying this, but this is such a great product and you should give it a try as well. And yeah, you guys, we're pretty much done. So I'm going to go get my hair together and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, you guys, so hair is on, and this is what we have. Just in case you're interested in the hair as well, I just filmed a review on it. I'm going to have it links right here if it goes up first, but if it doesn't, you could just come back and check my channel to see when it comes up. But I absolutely love how everything turned out today, and the bright under eye as well. I love it. And you guys, not forgetting the dark foundation. I think everything really worked out for me today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section though. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something. Do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, click on the subscribe button, join the family. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.